everybody, and welcome to the channel. Tonight's wee adventure is on Loch Leven. This is only 15-20 minutes from my door, and it's one of my favourite lochs. It's a perfect lure angling loch. I love the pike fishing, especially lures for pike. The setups I have, I'll show you in a wee minute, but the actual loch itself, I opened up for pike fishing probably about 8 years ago, and it was a revelation. In the early years, I think it was probably the best lure loch in Scotland. It's faded a wee bit over the last few years, and it's been a couple of years since I've actually been up here now, but I had a chance to come up tonight for a few hours, so I hope you enjoy the video. The setups that I use for most of my lure angling are these three rods. This one here is a Fox Terminator swim bait special. It's a 7'6" rod, and it will be up to 100 grams. It's a fantastic rod. It's coupled with a Daiwa reel, 300 XH and a 60-pound braid. It's onto a wire trace obviously, and it will do any lures up to 100 grams. It's been a fantastic rod for me. The second rod that I have is a BFT. Now this one here is one of the signature editions from it's a Stefan Krumstead. It's one of the Lizard X rods, and it will cast up to 130 grams, which gives me just that wee bit extra. Again, it's coupled with a Shimano Tranx, a 301H, the left hand model, and 60-pound braid to a wire trace. The last rod that I have is, again, it's a BFT Lizard X. It's the one by Pierre Mongeray, and this one will cast up to 200 grams, which is quite a heavy rod. It's a longer rod at just over 8 feet, but it's superb for larger lures. Between the three of them, it covers everything that I need, or everything that I use. I do use smaller lures, but and I have different rods for that. But these are my three main rods that I use for my pike fishing. In the boat with me as well, I have my lure bag, which is just at the bottom here. I have a good selection of different lures. For Loch Leven in particular, the lures that I particularly like were made for me by Peter Temple. Now, these are gliders that are handmade, and he made these specially for me for this loch. What they do is they have a slow sink rate, and because the loch is only 8 feet deep, you have on average that sort of depth between 6 and 8 feet. When the weed comes up to about 4 feet below the surface, these lures, if you count them down just slightly, they are fantastic for coming across the top of the weed beds just where the pike are sitting, and they've caught me many fish up here. I think they are fantastic. The other lures that I use are a selection of swim baits, you name it, cranks, the duck fin are excellent up here, these sort of swim baits, and I tend to use natural pattern. Loch Leven is famous for its brown trout, so I use that sort of pattern, as you'll see on the Stefan Krumstead rod. This particular one here, this is a Peter Temple. Brilliant lure, absolutely brilliant lure. The other ones that I have are mainly in a glider pattern. Use a lot of the Wolf Creek stuff, which have all been good to me. They all catch on certain days at certain times, and depends on when the pike are feeding really, whether they're in the mood to chase a lure. These are the ones that I generally use. In the boat as well, I have all my good tools. They're all here beside me. I have a set of scales, You can wrap the fish up in it and hang it over the side to recover. Also, just in front of the camera here, I have a large 42-inch Savage Gear XL net, which does the job for anything to catch. The fish in here are pristine condition, fantastic. These are some of the lures that I use. The top three here were made by Peter Temple, and they are brilliant just over the top of the weed beds. Stuart Sutherland will get a wee bit of a laugh because the top one is the perch one, and he thinks that that's the only one I carry in my box. So there you go, Stuart. The rest of them is just a collection of some of the wolf creeks. There is a couple of the guppies there and a couple of rapalas, which all do their job to a certain extent. They're all for different purposes and different methods. And, the one that I have down here is one of the Savage Gears. It's great with the tail on it. It's taken many fish actually. This one is one of the Daiwa duck fins. We've got a Weston swim bait and another one of the swim bait style lures. They all have their place and they all work at certain depths and they have certain actions on them. So it's just a case of really trying to see what the fish are interested in. But these are just some of the ones that I use. Like all lure fishermen, I think, we all come out with hundreds of lures and use about 3 or 4 during the whole day. But I suppose that's the life of a lure angler. This area I'm fishing over just now, there's 2 huge weed beds with a big gap in the middle. Just as you come through the gap, you often pick up a decent fish. And we're drifting away down from the reeds that you see in front of us. The aim is to just come across the top of the weed beds. Hopefully there'll be a pike in between it. I'm just ready. The actual clarity in the water is pretty poor just now. Loch Leven kind of suffers at times because it's been so shallow. Depending on the wind direction, you tend to have like a sandy bottom, and it stirs up all the sand and the grit in the water depending on how strong the wind has been. So it's not absolutely perfect conditions for this. Well, it's been a difficult night. It's the weed is certainly up now all over the loch, and it's very difficult to get through the patches. Tried a few different places that I know, but it's been kind of difficult. So it looks like a blank will be on the cards, but that's fishing, I suppose. Everywhere we try just now, the weed is actually up quite high, which is no surprise really. But we'll have to fight another day, as they say. It's been a perfect evening too. The wind is just perfect on the loch, just a nice wee ripple. I'm just picking up this small weed all the time now. I thought this area would have been not too bad. Now we're in about maybe 6-7 feet of water, but the weeds are almost at the surface, and they're all in big bunches, if you like. And I'm trying to bring a lure through the weeds. It's quite difficult tonight. Well folks, it didn't actually go the way I expected. It wasn't a bad night, it just wasn't meant to be. Just a combination of a few things, I think. The weed's quite high just now. Water temperature was perfect, but these are the things. I hope you'll join me on the next one. Thank you.